Hello, gamers. Who's been gaming? No, nobody. Okay, then I'll leave you alone. Okay, enough with it. Cringe roleplay shit, whatever you wanna call it. You've read the title. Maybe you've sung the title. I'm not gonna sing you the lyrics that I've put in there. Maybe you know the song, maybe you don't. It's an old, very cheesy. I mean, not that old, but it's a very cheesy, probably overplayed song. And we're gonna play the second I've built before, and I had a lot of fun with it, right? I did like a Leopard 1 themed video with just as many different Leopard 1s as not necessarily different Leopard 1s, but as many Leopard 1s as possible. And of course, if you're not very familiar, automatic, Gepard, and the other Gepard, they all use Leopard hulls. Automatic actually uses an OF40 hull. Whatever, it's close enough to a Leopard hull, okay? Whether it's the same thing or not, whether it's a copy or not, whether it's an evolution, whether it's a unique, whatever. I'm not enough into tanks. Don't start this discussion with me. I don't care enough. It's close enough, okay? It's close enough. Recon Leopard. I think those are all the Leopard 1. Those are the only two Leopard 1 derivatives at all. Roland's use a Marder chassis. The Marder VTS1 obviously uses the Marder chassis as well. We lose out on, let's say, the Maxis by not playing Commonwealth, or the Leopard 1A5 NO2 by not playing Scandi. But that's basically all. Or I guess the Cheetah by not playing DGZ. Cheetah does have a higher accuracy, stationary accuracy, but no stabilizer, of course. Oh, that's... I mean, they are very similar flags, right? You trade stabilizer for extra accuracy. I think on a Gepard A1, it's definitely not worth it. It happened again. And the other Gepard Cheetah is just a basic Gepard. I don't think the 5% accuracy is worth it at all. To lose the stabilizer. If it was, let's say, 10% or maybe even 15% accuracy, then we might talk, but not like this. But yeah, it's a fun deck that I enjoyed playing for that one game. Okay, the game is really loud. I think Windows reset the volume. For me, it's really loud. Alright, that sounds better. I recently upgraded to Windows 11, and as a result, Windows essentially reset all the volume sliders. So if there's some technical difficulties, please tell me, because I'm not necessarily aware. It's too cold outside. Well, then stay inside. That's what I do, no matter the temperature. Who likes to go outside anyway? The outside can only hurt you. I'm sorry for your update. What are you talking about? What update? And take part in your loss? What? Unlike you. Oh, Windows 11, I'm stupid. Actually, I do have a job as well, believe it or not. It's just that I can work from home. So I don't have to go outside. Joke's on you. The sun is a deadly laser, exactly. Like, if the outside was so good for you, why is the sun constantly trying to give you cancer, huh? Explain that to me. Anyway, Windows 11, I mean, I haven't really had any issues with it thus far. Now, I also didn't have like anything going like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Right now, I'm just pretty neutral on it. Let me put it that way. Sometimes good things hurt. You know, you're not wrong. I am playing Wargame after all. Keywords so far, yeah, that's true. Yeah, like Wargame, exactly. Man, this. Do you want to know how many hours I have in this game? You don't want to know, but I'm gonna tell you anyway, and it's embarrassing, honestly. Actually, guess. Guess how many hours do you think I have in this game? Make a realistic guess, not I'm gonna write 100,000 hours. It's way too many hours. 5,842, 5,000, 2,300. I've won 2,000 between RD and LB. Yeah, but I'm only talking about Red Dragon. But yeah, I have 5,058 hours on in this shitty game. Oh my god. How many days is that? It's like over 200 full days. 220, something like that, 230. 210 days. Like full days, Jesus Christ. I'm only on 967. I have 1,019 hours in Red Dragon. Still 967 too much. Honestly, agreed. In my case, it's over 5,000 too much. Addiction programs in Germany, though. I'll be honest though. I'm not. Don't get this the wrong way. If it wasn't for YouTube, I probably would have stopped years ago. And I'm not saying this because uh, of any money or something. YouTube is not that very money efficient for me at all. But it's still like I don't necessarily get as much enjoyment from Wargame, but I do get enjoyment out of producing the content, right? If you or a loved one is a Wargame player, please seek help. I think it's too late for me. I'm too much in the deep end. Come on, man. Why is nobody? I have over 900, almost 1,000 people playing online right now. What's? Hold on, let me. I'm gonna put up Warner real quick as well. I'm gonna check something real quick. uh, 993, 600. um, all right. You didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. Ugh. Hmm. You could do it in Blast from the Past and play Alien Battle. I barely played Alien Battle, right? While I started with it, it was like a few months before Red Dragon, and I didn't play a whole lot. Like I didn't play daily or maybe like once a week. I have 68 hours in Alien Battle, which is a lot for a game, period, honestly. But not a lot when you compare to the 5,000 plus hours I have in Red Dragon, right? Uh, yeah, didn't play a whole lot of Alien Battle. And honestly, I'm just not very interested in it. Like to me, Red Dragon is just the Alien Battle but better. I mean, of course, there's funny little fun little stuff happening in that game and weird balance. I do really, really wish that you could roll back. Maybe there is somehow, but I still haven't figured it out. I really tried hard to roll back Red Dragon to like an earlier version. There's ways where like in the Steam console or something you can tell Steam to download an older package of the game. And I've done it successfully, but it would always crash on startup. I disabled all the DLCs that came out after that, downloaded like the older packages. It just would not start no matter what I did. Maybe I did something wrong, maybe I didn't, but I really like. It doesn't have to be like even versus other players, right? Just even solo versus AI, just experience an older patch again. Holy Buratino, it's War Gamma stream. Razzmann is a hack and legend. Finally someone gets it. Finally I get the recognition I deserve. And the battle doesn't even have shifts. So many people seem to have been excited for ships, and everyone was let down. I remember in the very early, like the first few days, were ships in the beta yet? I don't even remember. But when ships came out, even if it was in a like early access beta, the pseudo early access, really, I think if you pre-ordered it, Redragon, like in the month up until release, you could essentially play the beta. I don't remember if ships were in from the get go, but I remember from the day the ships were out, for like a week or a couple of weeks, my buddy just wanted to play like a mixed maps and always wanted to go in on the ships, but it just was not enjoyable. It is just so stupid. Now, granted, I don't know how interesting you could really make ships with wargame mechanics. Simply because, in wargame, it's a lot about recon, cover, positioning. That since ships are, in the scale that you operate with, right, very sluggish. How do you want to do this? And how do you want to work with cover? The only thing that I could imagine that might maybe work and make it interesting is but it's then again it's probably not even realistic, right? Somebody tell me how realistic this is. If anti-ship missiles, when you fire them, they kind of work like a fire position, so that you can move the ship out of the way. But I have no idea if that's even realistic. What deck are you playing? Alright, I guess I could just show it on screen while I'm. Come on, what is this time? Maybe it is really Warno that's sucking out the players. I'm playing this deck. For Commonwealth, is it better to take 2 cards of Commandos 90 or 1 card of Commandos 90 and Canadian Rifles in the TH495? I'll be honest, I'm not sure myself. While Commandos 90 are amazing, and Canadian Rifles in the TH495 are fine, but certainly not groundbreaking. A TH495 with a medium optics and 3 front armor give you something that Commonwealth, or doesn't really give you what Commonwealth lacks, which is like proper combat recon vehicles, but something close enough so that it is kind of worth picking simply for that. As like a pseudo AMX 13 Hachinana AMX 10 kind of unit that you can spam a bit, has good enough armor, autocannon, close range combat abilities, and with medium optics spots well enough, right? But it's just not a strong combination anymore because that thing costs 20 points and performs more closely to like a 15-point IFV, right? And at that low price range, those 5 points make a noticeable difference. At the end of the day, I'm just not sure myself. I think both are perfectly valid. It also depends on what the rest of your deck looks like. Honestly, just both are fine. It's maybe not the answer you wanted to hear, but I guess what I can tell you is neither option is like horrible or like it's gonna ruin your deck. Let me put it that way. It's probably to keep people from choosing by reverting to our Maglans. Yes, but if you look at, for example, Apple or Linux wargame, right? They run on an older version, right? So you can't play with these people. Like, the game is just going to tell you, hey, version's different, you can't play with them. And I'm pretty sure ranked doesn't let you queue up against them either. So it's not like you could troll people with that. That's the thing. Problem of ships is that it could work only with, yes, probably. Just with the ranges that we have, they're just way too sluggish. If you want to have the pseudo realism that Wargame has, right? As Linus was the Proton, so you can't join. True, I have heard that. Although I don't know what these words mean. You can't make Mothership combat work like they tried. Yeah. It's probably just either have ship combat or have the rest of Wargame. It's just together that, or I guess the alternative is just screw shit like Fremantles and Congos and make river ships only. That probably could work, right? Essentially, in a way that they're kind of more like a support asset, like river ships, maybe transports and stuff like that. Like the isn't it called this one, for example, right? Or the monitor Sippo. Maybe that works. Only like that can, as the name suggests, sail through rivers and such. Maybe that would have been fine, but it probably still would have been kind of like, But then they wouldn't have wasted so much time because apparently or supposedly these ships took a ton of time to, I guess, both model and program, or uh, probably model, program. I don't know. That too, as I reckon. Radio location, satellite, etc. Imagine relying on visual to spot a ship. I mean, that's like, oh, the Lafayette. The Lafayette. It's just so stupid. Why is the Lafayette not? Oh, it has a space. It's so stupid with this medium stealth. It will just suddenly pop into existence in front of you, but because of its stupid stealth, it's so funny. It's so stupid. It should have only put in the riverine vessels for mixed sea and land maps. Probably, yeah. Gaming laptop died. I live vicariously in Razzmann. Okay, what is going on? We're in. I don't remember the last time I've been in queue this long at this time of day. And we have a good amount of players online. What the hell? You have to launch a 10% tactical should some be hilarious. I could join this. Hello, Bark. 10 versus 10 game win. I mean, I've played a couple of 10 versus 10 games. It's not been too. I remember that South Africa 10 versus 10 tactical video I did a year ago or so with some amazing radar micro on my part. Maybe I can find it. Um. Maybe I cannot find it. Maybe I cannot. I mean, while we're in queue. Maybe it had something like legendary in the title because it was truly. No, it didn't. It was something. I was clickbaiting a bit with the title. I'm not gonna lie. I did have something along the lines of, "Oh, the best radar micro you'll ever see" or something like that. But I cannot find it. Yeah, I found it. Master baiting. Nice. With South Africa, 11th of January 2022. Yeah, just a tad over a year ago. What was my KD there then? Was it Hamilton tactical or not fine? My KD was 1975 in kills and 350 in losses. Okay, hold on a second. How can I? What? Okay, OBS, what are you doing? I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. Why is it not showing? Hello? Okay, I guess it doesn't want to. Well, no YouTube then. Say 17 minutes in the queue. Can someone stream snipe me, please? Stop playing ranked after getting cheese by evil spammers too much. I'll be honest, I haven't. I mean, I didn't really play a ton over the past half year or something. But I have not been healer rush once, I think, in ranked in those in that time. Maybe I'm just lucky. Okay, if we reach 20 minutes, which would honestly be really sad, I'll play 10 versus 10. It wouldn't be sad to play 10 versus 10, but it would be sad if we actually managed to reach 20 minutes in a queue. I don't remember. I swear this usually doesn't. I swear this never happens to me. just give me 2 more minutes. I have no words. Absolutely no words. I can try re-entering the queue doesn't help anything. In fact, it makes it even worse, in a sense. Because the longer you queue, right? Oh, we got a game! Thanks for stream sniping if it was someone of you. And we don't have to play 10v10s. The longer you're in queue, the bigger the possible elo difference between you and your match opponent can be. Oh, we got a private. See? That's because I queued for 18 minutes. Because I queued for so long, the instant this private queued, he probably got matched. Because, you know, with each passing second or minute and whatnot, the game further and further increases the possible allowed elo gap, I guess, if we want to call it that. Oh man. If it truly was someone from you, someone of you, thank you, but also sorry. Unless you're healer rushing me in case, you know what, fair enough. You know, here's the thing. Do I play normal and make him just suffer in the long run, or do I cheese him and make him suffer in the short run? I think if I cheese, I mean, assuming this really is like a new player or someone who, you know, is not very familiar with the game or not very good. But I feel like if I cheese him, then he's just gonna rage quit because it just felt so stupid to lose. With private draw beats / draws against the brigadier, how much would his or elo increase? That depends on the, you know, the actual elo number. So okay. The number of elo lost and gained. No, that's not how this works. Okay, hold on. Let me first do the deployment, then I'll talk. It's not that difficult to understand. If you are familiar with the elo calculator, you need a K value of 24. I'll explain in a second. What do we want to do? We probably just want to push the town with like automatics as fire support. And rush forward with some 1-5s. That's maybe a few too many 1-5s. Lift garden for the town. Some spam Dragona. Okay, I should probably actually put my Leopard like in here. There. Why here? Because if you get healer rushed, right, my CV is here, then my automatics will be like much closer to the CV, you know, to protect against a healer rush. If my Leopard is here, my automatics there, right, and the healers like fly this way and then there, my automatics have to like move quite a bit to be in range of helicopters and properly protect the CV, right? So, elo difference, right? The maximum amount of elo that you can lose or win is 24. If your elo is equal to your opponent's, both you lose 12 / gain 12, depending on win or loss, right? Which is exactly the half of 24. Essentially, the amount of elo that you would win and the amount of elo that you would lose in any given possibility always add up to 24, right? If I play against someone with the same elo and lose, I lose 24. If I win, I gain 24. Sorry, I can't talk. If I lose 12 elo. If I win, I gain 12 elo. Right? Adds up to 24. If I have the lowest amount of elo possible and fight against the guy with the highest amount of elo possible, I win as close to 24 as possible if I win, and I lose as close to 0 as possible if I lose. Voice crack, sorry, real voice reveal. Adds up to 24, right? And then, you know, the closer you get to the elo to your opponent, I can't talk. The closer you elo gets to the elo of your opponent, the closer you move into losing slash gaining 12 elo. It was probably the worst explanation you've ever heard, but I can't explain even remotely complex things if I'm playing Wargame. All I can say is, alright, we're gonna push here, gonna buy some Recon there to get some line of sight, and then we're gonna side shot this thing, and now, okay, we hit nice. That's all I can do while playing. Can you explain German? No, unironically. Oh god, rip my Leopard. My German is horrible when playing like Wargame. I'm just in English talking mode. I'm not even joking. It's so difficult for me to transition between German and English sometimes. And when I talk about Wargame, I just can't talk about it in German. Oh, my man is using basic paratroopers. Oh, we might be playing against a moto deck here. Anyway, just Google like a ELO calculator or something like that, and if you ever stumble across a thing called K value, just put in the value of 24 and you can calculate the ELO in Wargame. Alright? Oh, man. Look, I was trying, okay? That's Lynx. Oh, were those Lynx carrying paratroopers? Well, about the medics, I'm probably sure. They can't really get proper... It's is it a Challenger or... I can never tell which marksman this is. That's a Challenger 1 Mark 3. Okay, we're playing against Unspec. Commonwealth. Stormer? Those can only be Royal Marines, I think. I don't think you get anything else in the Stormers, do you? Which is a shame. Man, honestly, if you got Fusilier base in the Stormer, Commonwealth would be so much stronger. But of course, at the same time, it's yet another line infantry in a strong 5-pointer, which is of course also not great. It's just that Commonwealth really suffers from essentially the fact that recon vehicles are overpowered. Recon combat vehicles. That's really the main suffering. And having 5-pointer spam with the line infantry isn't really the same thing, but it often like it really helps to sort of combat against it by just having a lot of line of sight all over the place. That's not a... That's a chieftain. Then you get shock recon in the Stormer. You might... But you might be thinking about the Spartan. The Spartan is a recon transport. The Stormer is not a recon transport. But you might still get it in the Stormer. I just never take my recon infantry and tracked 5-pointers if I can avoid it. So, or tracked vehicles in general if I can avoid it. Track basic APCs really. And that's while it does have optics and stealth, of course, and thus is yeah, there they are, Royal Marines. Oh, oh, you love to see it, man. Didn't someone voice reveal? Didn't someone say something about Karagoth? This is something that Karagoth would say. Holy shit. Holy shit. Wait, who said that? Was it you, Keith? Oh my god. That is so Karagoth. Okay. Okay. Where was it? Okay, hold on. Control Karagoth. Can someone not disguise as a private? For example, Karagoth. Thomas Troth? Thomas? Yeah, it was you. What the heck? I mean, maybe. Who knows? It might have been a stream sniper who knew they were gonna lose or whatever, and just waited for a moment they could roleplay as Karagath or something. I don't think that's the case, but oh, man. Oh, you know what we can do? Here's what we'll do. Oh shit, where's the Wargame replay folder? Hold on. Oh, there it is. Pin to start. Fucking Microsoft deleted all my start menu pins, and I had the Wargame replay folder pinned in there, so I don't remember how to find it. You know what we'll do? We're gonna sudo continue the deck series where I have something in my eye. Not where I have something in my eye, but steal the decks of the opponent I played against. Was Commonwealth. There it is. Okay. Okay. Ooh. I've seen worse decks, but I've also seen better decks. I have to. I can't. It just hurts my eye if I see something in this tab. It's so not. There's literally no impact other than making the deck code longer, but I'm just so used to never having something in there that as soon as I see something there, it just, you know, it's probably like the closest thing to OCD without actually having OCD or something like that. I mean, even good players sometimes just fill their naval tabs at random sometimes. Ich habe alle Private Programs angeschaut und die waren es. Imagine if you got naval maps in ranked. Right, while we're queuing, let's take another look at the deck. So, okay, let's see. Logistics app. I mean, no ground transport supply. No supply track is, of course. Look, if you're watching this, whoever played against, don't take it the wrong way. You know, everyone made bad decks at some point. I also did, and I still do. Or if you're not the guy who played but don't understand why this deck is bad, you know, I'm here to help. If you take supply, take a supply track. If you can, on top of that, put in a supply helo, because you don't need the activation points for anything else, good. But supply tracks are so much better. They're more cost efficient. And you don't, especially in 1v1s, you don't really save any time by using supply helos with only very few scenarios where you'd sneak around the map or something. Because you can just, for one, maps are smaller, but also you can get so much safer and so much deeper into the front line to resupply and repair your units. It's just not worth the hassle with supply helos. Infantry tab, it's way too expensive. You need some cheap stuff. SAS are fine, Royal Marines 90 are okay. SAS are, there's no real reason to use them. Of course, if you're not very familiar with what makes infantry good and what doesn't, someone who played the game a lot will say like, oh, of course you use Commandos 90 for like you go to shock all round infantry. But a new player saying, with all these different units sets, how would you know, right? Special forces, only really take them if they actually bring something special. They don't bring anything special. They just have a normal assault rifle, or SMG stat-wise, a normal anti-tank weapon, and a bad MG. So they don't bring anything special. SAS, on the other hand, they're special because the AL base is so more. And Frenchable, I might have asked you this before. There's probably no way that Fusiliers ever used the Stormer, right? It's like a Marine thing. Did they maybe have like a tryout or something? It would yet, I said it before, it would be yet another, oh look at this, 3 armor, 5-pointer and 10-point line infantry. Oh, it was never in service. Ah, god dang it. Man, Commonwealth is just sad. It's just sad. Not as sad as it used to be, but it's suffering. The chassis was in service, but the actual transport never. What did they even use on the thing other than the Stormer? Isn't the Spartan looks very similar to it, I think, right? It's not the same thing, I reckon. I mean, that's a 3 front, 1 side. Is it the same thing? Yeah, there he is. FV103 Spartan was in service through the whole time frame. It's one wheel shorter. Well, then give the Spartan to the Fusiliers, Eugen. What the heck? And Rigatab is just pure sadness. Man, British put crazy armor even on IVs. You can only get 6 guys in a Spartan at a push. Okay. I don't think something like this ever stopped Eugen. Right? 15 guys. I mean, that's obviously a very known meme. And people have been asking for like what LAVs for US Marines, and Eugen has denied it many a times. But I mean, how many guys can? You know what? Let me check. I mean, the Martyr 1 crew is 3+6 with the Milan. It's not that different. And yeah, we also have 10 guys in the Merkava. If he has no rotors for the Commandosi to cling on to. True. Are we still in queue? Man, what's going on today, man? It's used for missile teams. But I mean, yeah. Like I said before, it's honestly kind of like a very cheap and boring way to buff Commonwealth by giving them as well a 10+5 point combo that's just very strong, right? Certainly not like a very elegant way. But sometimes, you don't have time for an elegant way, right? When I helped with the buff, with the patch that came in South Africa, right? There were a lot of ideas running around, but at the end of the day, they essentially had to be simple, right? The idea was to reroll SAS into the Recon tab because the Recon tab in Commonwealth was pretty underused. In the Infantry tab, just overloaded with good stuff. So moving the SAS there would have just buffed the unit and the deck as a whole, while not really buffing mixed blue a whole lot. For example, since blue moto, reasonably strong deck, wouldn't really be able to fit them in properly, so that deck would kind of been unaffected mostly. Match with Karagod again. Alright. Same map. Alright, we are playing this deck. I forgot already. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I think we want to push here. We have like a bunch of voice reveal again. We have a bunch of heliborne infantry. So let's make use of that. Hopefully there's like no single hind. It's just gonna... Do we have... I thought we had the other Sea Harrier. 2 cards of Eurofighters, one on the lead and one on the rookie. Honestly, that's maybe not even that bad for like team games. For early on you get the elite one, and then later on when it can sometimes come down to a grind, you might want to have 2 down with it. For team games might actually be a good idea. I'm not even joking or memeing. I mean, I know it's noob deck, but oh, okay, never mind. You responded to the guy. Play noob decks against... Yeah, that's essentially what I'm doing. Alright, we need to get going before, we don't have any time. Base paratroopers, at least they're upgraded, so they're kind of okay. I don't think I want the Royal Marines in there. I need something fast. Oh, they're all in helicopters as well? SLAV S? No. You know what? I'm gonna buy it. I think I'm legally obligated to. I don't want to bring on my elite jelly tweet. Let's just get 2 chieftains. 5 SASR, right. R. Let's just get paratroopers, they're cheap enough. I am a cheater whore after. No, of course, Vickers. Those are gonna be our medium tanks. Unironically. Instead of armor, you just have numbers, right? Instead of, you just get 2 for the price of 184A. Sounds good to me. 17 AP is plenty, and they're wheeled. You don't have any mortars, but you have an 890 at least. Elite Eurofighter gets the hits and then pulls off. Rookie Eurofighter gets the final hit and upwards. That sounds that's actually like a strat that you might read on the Eugen forums back in the day. Do you remember I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce it, but like Milind Arc Trooper with like the strat of moving a hawk just before it hits, so it hits something on the ground and you use it as pseudo artillery. So stupid, so convoluted, and just doesn't work. But he had the weirdest strategies, man. Oh, I loved it. I was way too active on the fucking forums and took it way too serious back in the day. I'm so glad it's gone, so that nobody can read my cringe anymore. Or the time I didn't realize that Friendship was writing a joke and took it serious. Oh man. Haunts me to this day. Or the time I wrote the Gazelle, the 30-point Gazelle is garbage. Ooh, makes me shudder. Cringe overload. Still have plenty of points actually. You know what? Just get more Vickers. Get another recon squad. I like Royal Marines. Alright. Artillery Hog NCD would be all over that. Oh yeah, Modrits and MO24. Yep, I remember that as well.
Okay, we'll get there as fast as we
can. Where do you want to position this? Why would I have it hover low, like here? Oh god. Please no, please no helicopter with a gun or something. The man was really calling in FJB and Modrits and did 12 video transports. Yes! That was... It's so funny, man. It was so funny. I guess we gotta use this for like flank defense. That's a scout defender. Oh shit, don't spot my fob, man. Don't. I hope you didn't buy this to spot my fob. Okay, don't drive this way, please. You know what, as left? Yeah, you should like be in there. It's a lot of stuff over there. We don't have any. Oh, we have the tour actually. We do have 80 GMs. I just recently noticed that the MO24 VP actually is the only MO24 with a non. Yeah. It's oh god. It has a turret on its gun, which is why it's so good, and the gun is really good. It's probably actually the best gun on any helicopter, honestly. It has a really good rate of fire. It's kinetic. Although, admittedly, sometimes you actually would prefer the Yak B because by being non-kinetic, it can actually like crit helicopters to death like nothing. It's ah shit. He has SAS in there. Oh god, did you take splash damage? Okay, a bit. Oh no, now you're. Oh. Rover Wombat? We're playing against Moto? Why did you not shoot at this? Hell yeah, two Totus wasted on the Rover Wombat. That's what I call value. Yakby shreds other healers, true. But so does the gun on the M24 VP. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Yakby is good. Very good. But the gun on the MI24 VP is even better.
Believe me, you don't want to know of it. Sir, yes, sir. Someone call for attack.
Those are AMX-13s, or is an AMX-13.
Just waiting for a target.
don't even know I have that many recon units over here. You know what? You can load back in.
Recce ready, sir.
Okay, we killed the Scout Defender with the Drake Rapier. FSA. Ah!
Some extra eyes,
Is
sir.
this Blue Mag? No, this is Blue Moto, I think. Actually, no, this might be Blue Mag. What am I talking about? Yeah, that's why they are in the Puma. I'm actually stupid. Oh! This is why you take the MX-13 with kinetic. With the kinetic gun, because now I lived. If it was the other MX-10, I would, sorry, 13, I would have been dead. Idiot. Oh no, you're supposed to be loaded back in there.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Oops.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Looking for attacks, sir.
Oh, they're still alive? Oh my god, just load back in there, please.
Need some extra eyes, sir.
Perfect time for a supply helo. Gotta resupply those Vickers at the front line.
You'd be blind without us.
Let SAS move in there to support the Vickers against helicopters. Come on, those 90, man. What am I supposed to do against that shit? What are you doing? Oh, you're spotted?
Yes, sir. At your service.
Getting right by 5 pointers. Let's get a CV though. Probably not a good idea, but I don't care. Let's see if we can unload you in there, that'd be cool.
Trouble. Someone call for attack.
We lost the other paratrooper squad here, that's not nice.
Need some extra eyes, sir.
That's the MX-10 that shot at us.
Orders.
Maybe we can get it with the 2, No, we have no cheap vehicle with the gun. I guess we have the Vickers.
New orders, sir.
It's cheap enough.
Okay, we'll get there as fast as we can.
That's a 2-man squad. I think that's... Is it a Javelin? It is! Dude!
You'd be blind.
I'm an expert!
Where did you?
Did we kill the MX-10? I don't think... It sounded like ATGM sitting the ground. You know, that sound effect just there. But it might have been just the second ATGM that didn't connect. No, it doesn't look like we hit it. Ah! Keep reloading! Okay. Land over there so we can repair the Royal Marines as well. Get some new ones while we're at it.
Why does it always have to be me?
What do we have in helicopters? It is cheap. Let's get a Canadian Airborne there to defend as well. Detract. Yes, we killed the one that, hopefully the one that wasn't detract. Which would make sense given that the only one was line of sight, presumably because the other one was detract. But maybe that's just me coping.
Spare parts? Anything you want.
Use this links maybe to deal with any infantry that might be in there. I don't have anything in an H7 either. God damn it.
Okay, what's the deal?
Wargame next last for the new location features so much. It's so cringe to memorize any disappearing new location. I kind of get where you're coming from, but on the other hand, if you just spot something for a split of a second, and the game tells you, hey, you spot something for a split of a second, I'm not sure if that's, well, I wouldn't say fair or unfair, but it doesn't reward people anymore for being like very attentive. But you know, of course, you can say like, you know, wargame isn't really about like having, you know, ADHD and being aware of everything all at once or whatever. sometimes, but you know, maybe that's just I'm an old man, can't change his ways. But sometimes I just think you might have to appreciate the simplicity of wargame and sometimes the lack of what some call quality of life.
Recce ready, sir. Recce ready, sir. Someone call for attack.
Imagine if combat mission was playable.
Ready to go. Sir, yes, sir.
8 hours we got if the K1A1 should have one less front lever. That's amazing.
I say the only good Recce is a
Now what
dead
should the K1A1 have? Should it have one less front lever or not? And see how good the minigun is at giving fire support. You know, the Vickers is still spotted. This is another thing, right? Should the game tell you that this is spotted or not? It doesn't really make sense, right, realism-wise. And even from gameplay perspective, you might say, well, how to phrase this, right? It doesn't it disincentivizes aggressive recon play, maybe, because it's not worth it. But on the other hand, I feel like it also makes you. I think sometimes people say, you know, as a result, you can't be aggressive because your opponent will know that you spotted their units. But on the other hand, I feel like not knowing when you know they're spotted or not will also make you, not be very aggressive because you're like, if I put this at the edge of the forest, it might actually be spotted, but I no way of telling, right? It's the kind of a double-edged sword. So I don't know myself what I think is better or not. Of course, Warno doesn't have it, but Warno is just so different in so many other regards that it's hard to really draw conclusions about potential wargame changes from that. You know what? Fuck it, let's get a Chelly 2 here.
Nothing to report.
Get back to you in 8 hours. I think there's pros and cons, both arguments, yeah.
Need some extra eyes, sir.
Ultimately, though, I'm not sure if it would really change much either way.
Has enemy
Okay,
dominance.
here's you'll soon see why the ASLFS and vehicles like it are garbage. Can you make it? Oh, you did make it. Very nice. We do outrange the warrior Milan, and we do spot the warrior
Without ad.
right there. Oh, that's a good amount of armor, though.
Waiting you
I
order,
should
sir.
put you back though, because this name makes sense in there. That we haven't killed. Lloyd hasn't fired. What do we have in terms of planes? Tier 1. Plane type honestly is serviceable. I've definitely seen worse plane types. This is ignoring the Euro for 1 versus 1s. The only bad thing about the plane type is really the Eurofighter meme thing. No real answer to such a game feature. Yeah, and I've said this I keep saying this, right? And I probably sound like a broken record at this point. But one thing about Wargame, in my opinion, compared to,
Line without ad.
in my opinion, Steel Division,
Someone call for attack.
I think Wargame has a much more solid base behind the whole pseudo-realism that attracts a lot of people, right? Some people are drawn to this purely because, oh, I can, play quote-unquote realistic, with quote-unquote realistic, real military units, which, how realistic this all is and such, jury's kind of out on that.
I knew you wouldn't leave us idle for
Certainly not particularly realistic, but like amazing, like a simulation, not even close to it. Nice.
You'd be blind without ad.
Did I get a second A9? Yeah, I did. Let's see how much. Okay, A9 is actually pretty decent for that, because it has a short burst length, which is bad for keeping like. Wait, how did you die? The other one. Just bad for keeping like a position suppressed, but it's good for This was not an attack move. If you had your fast game Sega on attack move, well, you might have killed 2 Vickers, not just 1. Let's put in with Sasser. Are those also Robot Wombats?
Your orders, sir.
But yeah, the actual game behind Wargame, behind the facade of over pseudo-realistic, is just quite good.
Who's a
Again, I've said this many a times. Okay, I did not kill the CV.
Ahead. Over.
Good on you for not using cheap CVs, man.
I say the only good Reggie's a dead one.
And there's the dead SFS. Okay, you gotta get out of here.
Ready.
Red Dragon was the third iteration in Master of the game aside from ships. To an extent, but it's really not that different from airland battle. Besides ships, the only thing that's really different about the two games is like amphibious capabilities and I think slopes and such that they pseudo reworked, you know, so you can actually scale up mountains and stuff with vehicles to an extent, at least like this. I think something like this was not a possibility in Airland Battle if I'm not mistaken. But the rest is just more units. Oh wow. Different stats, yada yada yada. That motherfucking plane, I hate it so much. I used almost half my ammo and didn't kill it. And I'm upvetted. With 50%, okay, 50% really isn't that a lot. Given that it costs 70 fucking points. Oh, it's detracked, really.
Fly zone is hot. I say the only good Reggie's a dead one.
I really screwed up my positioning here.
I say the only good Reggie's a dead
Want to
one.
fix the infantry refuser going to building thing? I think, but I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay, what's the deal? Degrees up. Fire. What is it you want this time?
That's M1 Abrams. Nice Stormer, that's why you tag him for infantry. Peak Reddit moment. A10 titanium bathtub. Okay. Oh yeah, leaking classified moments documents. That's honestly very funny. Happened so many times. It's so stupid. I don't even know how I'm supposed to like assault a town, like in theory, let alone practice with this tank. I'm out of victors as well. God damn it.
Need some extra eyes, sir?
It's an AMX10, I think. Nice.
Recce ready, sir.
No, no, not this Scout Defender. How much side armor do I have? 2, okay.
Sneaking in.
Okay, go back there, there's Abrams and shit.
There are two types of this world.
Just fine there, maybe it's
Artillery
CVs
and
there.
guns.
Ow!
Without us.
Thanks! You drive back here.
Hunting towards
All we need here is this position. I don't think we're ever gonna get full control over Bravo, so let's move the Challenger so we can assault Foxtrot better.
you spotted something?
No. Eventually it caught up with me. Ah, shit. Vickers move up there.
Ready, sir.
Ah, fuck.
Fly zone is hot.
Come on, kill those commandos. Bison is hurt? Oh, helicopters, right? CH, yeah, the CH died. The Chinook. No. I don't want to move my CV or have it like shoot. Come on, kill those commandos.
No one.
Shit! That's really bad.
Someone call for attack. It's not my war.
Oh shit, these got spotted.
What are your orders, sir?
Nice crit. Ah, you got spotted and shotted.
All right, girls. What are you waiting for?
The moment you lose RTS mechanics. Oh no, I forgot he has a Kerners available. Fudge. 30 so soon. The moment you lose the RTS mechanics to pursue realism, you're up against simulation games, and you just don't have the chops. I mean, given that I never played simulation games, other than this Virgin Simulator, like Wargame, not like I'm an authority. So like whenever someone says, "Oh, this is realistic," "Oh, this is unrealistic," I'm just like, I don't know. You tell me. Oh, I hate this.
Fresh delivery, en route.
Did I buy the CV? I did buy the CV. Probably shouldn't have. Get another rapier. It's these recon options in the stack, man.
They say the only good recce is a dead one. You'd be blind.
You didn't even get.
Trouble. Let's do this. Let's go. Full speed.
Those are
Trouble.
from
Give
Schumats.
us the coordinates, sir.
These paratroopers out of there.
You'd be blind without us.
I lost his position again, which is great.
You spotted something?
Just great. Can't really move my tanks here, I think, because there's Schumat there.
The bigger the better. Looking for a taxi.
No, don't shoot at it. I pointed there.
Trouble.
Oh my god. They use smoke well.
What are your orders?
Oh, nice. Well, you did your job. Green jackets.
Read fast.
This deck is so bad.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his wife.
No! No!
Ahead. Over. We're reconnoitering this area. Has an enemy chopper been spotted?
Oh, I can't even spot the autocannon.
Orders, sir. What is it you want this time?
No cheap combat vehicles, man. Kill the Abrams. Secure us. Rip my SASR. So expensive. Oh no, that's not a Jumat.
Are you talking to me? Let's give them some iron.
Yeah, 10. I have no points for the
Ahead. Over.
You know what did you see that? Did you see how I like instantly zoomed in on the A10? That's like that weird bug that like keeps happening, whereas for some reason as soon as you
Be ready, sir.
like zoom in or out, it just for some reason locks onto like a far away. Oh, that's the Nachtzug infantry CV. To far away. I'm thinking about buying the Tornado GR1 so I have something against planes that might deter the Thunderbolt because I don't have the points for the Eurofighter yet. Come on. And the Scout Defender is so close. Alright. Well, that got countercapped. We know there's an infantry CV, which might be in this town here. I actually killed it. Honestly, I can't quite believe it.
Spotted something?
I'm actually attack moving this time around because I don't want to it to keep moving after it just fired. Because that might lead to its death.
What is it you want this time?
And that demise would not be greatly exaggerated.
If the
We need to split you.
Ahead. Over.
Oh, is that the...
Ready, sir.
Nope. That's just a Puma with SAS. Those are just fire. Ah, that's infantry. Basic claw though, presumably, given how little damage it how it didn't kill me rather. It's a mortar. That's his dead CV. Like my
They say the only
dead
good
CV.
ready is a dead one.
I don't think we're gonna win this. The stack is just too
Recce ready, sir.
too horrible.
Sneaking in.
Hard to push there as well.
We're ready to bring the hammer down on them, sir. It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle.
Like how much damage I took just from like
If the
briefly
enemy's range,
showing
come on.
myself here.
What can the infantry do for
I
you,
don't
sir?
have the fire support against a deck like this. Why would you build a deck like this? It's just nothing. Ugh.
Fly zone is hot.
Like the one good thing about the deck is like the Challenger 2, and like how am I supposed to make use of this on such a large map against a mech deck?
Just waiting for a time.
Ah, there's no way I can win this. Let's GG out.
We're ready to bring the hammer down on them, sir.
Ugh, man. No idea what this is. I mean, they played well, but like, oh, it's rough, man. Really rough. I have no cheap infantry, so all my expensive infantry, as soon as there's any fire support, is just gonna die. Like the single KFVs just are an issue for this tank. Do you have blue mech deck? You know what? I'm about to play a blue mech deck. Because that's the deck our last opponent, who we just played against, used, and I will use it. And it seemed to be a pretty decent deck. Cock and balls. Let's take a look at it. It's honestly pretty hard to not build a good blue mech deck. And yeah. I don't really see anything outrageous in this deck. Like I've said in the in the game, I definitely would use this AMX10 and AMX13 instead. Having kinetic in most scenarios is just so much better in my eyes. At least when the AP of the heat gun is so low. You will not even you will need 3 shots. 3 shots to kill 2 armor. And you will not even one-shot 1 armor. Think about that, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this also has a higher AoE area on the HE gun, meaning that it's also gonna deal just more consistent HE damage against infantry, even though accuracy and HE are the same. It will still on average deal more damage to infantry, I'm fairly certain. Because I'm like 95% certain that the area, the diameter, I guess, is purely based on the caliber. Yeah. Not exactly how I would build a deck, but there's again nothing that's like crazy bad or anything. Right. Make a use. I mean, Commonwealth has usable decks. It's just the way this deck was built was just. Honestly, I would argue it's harder to build a good Commonwealth deck than to build a good USSR deck. And USSR for a long time was like the, oh, it's a strong deck, but it's hard to master. Honestly, I'm not really on that train anymore. Of course, you can build a bad USSR deck. You can build a bad deck out of anything. But I honestly think it's much harder to build a good Commonwealth deck if you're not very familiar with what stats etc. to look out for. It seems it probably has like a lot of traps. Yeah, Commonwealth always feels really awkward. That's true. Like there's so many good individual units Commonwealth has, right? Commandos 90 are obviously amazing. And even though it doesn't seem that impactful, the SFPC is a really good transport. Eric's was are good. Fusilier 90s on paper are amazing as well. In practice, they're good, but they always let me down. Cookers 90 are solid. Highlanders 90 are honestly really good. You get solid ATGM, solid manpads. Perturbers 90 are fine. SAS are, of course, pretty unique for Blue 4. Unique-ish. Of course, you still get SASF, for example. But they're pretty rare, these scores, right? They're very good. Wolverine's honestly pretty decent. Ace 90 is great. Challenger Marksman looks to be like really good. I mean, some are really good, some just look to be really good. Challenger Marksman's honestly not that amazing. Stormer is really good. Track Draper FSA is also really good, right? Challenger 2 is great. The Challenger 1s are fine. Maxus is amazing. But it just doesn't quite come together. And honestly, the biggest issue is just recon tab. For a good deck, you just need good recon. Even if you're playing armored, even if you're playing mech. I mean, some decks required it a lot less than others, right? Entente mech, blue mech, they would still be really, really good if they had the Commonwealth recon tab, okay? But these decks have, for example, 5-pointer spam or 15-point IFV spam that you don't have in this deck, so you can't make up for not having good recon, right? It's by no means a bad deck. Any coalition is honestly pretty decent and competitive enough. I mean Q, right? Of course, Red Dragon and Commonwealth, they're not really on par with the rest, but they're playable. Like, more than playable. You can do well with these things. I got a lot of success matching Vickers McGallop and the 25-point LEV. Yeah, I mean, I did kind of similar things. Like, I had a similar experience just recently when I played like, a bit of Commonwealth Moto. It's a fun deck. Usually could reactivate Green Dragons 85 as 90s with Law 80. Honestly, that would be something. But the Recon Infantry is like the one thing that isn't really in a dire need when it comes to Commonwealth. It would be great, and honestly, it would really help the AT department. Because I feel like Infantry AT is always a bit awkward in this deck. Especially in Unspec, when you fit so many things in, but so many of these things don't have that amazing AT. Right? SAS, Commandos 90, you line Infantry spam or something. They all have like 18 AP at best. Oh, it's Chopser. You never know what to expect with Chopser, man. Okay. I heard it's a bad idea to use a mech because you have bad infantry tab. Well, the thing that USA mech lacks is, well, there's two things with USA mech. One, it doesn't have any shock infantry in mech. And it doesn't really have any great infantry AT, and the best infantry AT you have in mech, you have in US, you lose in mech. And the other thing is, you don't really get much out of it, because you'll still be spamming M113s, right? And you do that with unspec as well, so at the end of the day, it's in many scenarios just a worse unspec. Unless you want to spam Bradleys, I guess, in which case, sure. Like, USA mech is fine, it's just so similar, like US normal, if you play it quote-unquote the way it's meant, not the way it's meant, but in the best way possible that, people think of these days, it just plays like a mech deck already. So, you don't really gain much. But it's still like, don't get me wrong, it's a fun deck, I've played it before. And it's a very serviceable deck. So it's not, don't think But don't confuse this with me saying it's bad, which it by no means is. How do we want to play this? That's always nice to have. Drop with the Puma on the left. KFV's on the left. MX-10s. Let's get that Hawk. Javelin. I do love having man pets. Spam here. You know what we have them? Let's get some Warrior Milans on the field. 5 points! Why did I have the K1 from to 95 points? I mean, not I, but like we, and I was among them. Among us? You said among us? Why K1 over M1A1 or Leopard 2s? Well, M1A1 is like 20 points more expensive. The advantage it has over the Leopard 2s is, for one, unlike the 80-point Leopard, it has medium optics, which is really, not just really good, honestly, it is even very important to have on a tank at this price range, and even more so on a tank that's more expensive. The other thing is 17 front armor, which neither of the Leopard 2s until the 2A4 get. And the difference between 17 and 16, not to be underestimated. For one, having more armor is oftentimes more important than having more AP. But also it means, for example, 30 AP missiles, like 27M, Hornet and stuff. They're not exactly common these days anymore, not that much, but they still exist. They need 2 shots to kill you, which helps against decks that, you know, mainly rely on these types of anti-tank planes. You know, if that's your heaviest tank, then 17 armor is a good breakpoint. It also means that BDV, 24 AP, need 2 shot to kill, which isn't that rare. It's just, you know, good to have more armor. User mech is great if you don't pick 5 points. User mech is really not that great. God bless 3,500 meter range, although I didn't really need a full range here. Damn. He really likes this Kasaya piece, huh? And like French like helo spam. I wouldn't really call it spam, but you get a gist, right? Okay, let's get some of you out there. 5-man spam. Oh, I forgot that I wanted to move some of these things over to the left. Did I not get? There's the KFEs. There you go. Get in there, please. That's a lot of helos. Holy shit. I have the puff, right? Yeah. I take everything back. I definitely do mean helos, fam. User mode is just... No, it isn't. User mode is also bad. Ah, there we go. That's a good trade. We're playing against Moto. That tiger looked... I think it was on veteran, which means there's only one more tiger left. Oh, that thing was still alive, was just landing. Okay. Well, hovering low. Still good. It's dead. You're still spotted. Whatever. It's just by M1 Abrams. Get some supply. Get a man pet in our base, because there's definitely gonna be a Kasai flying around the map at some point at the very least. It's just attack move there. We're playing mech, so it's just attack move. Oh my god. Oh, that's Napalm Mirage fucking based. And as, like I say, I hate saying that word. Razzmann uses R-Hater confirmed. No, it's just like the specs, they just don't work really that well for 1 versus 1s. In team games, armored is quite good, because, you know, sometimes in team games all you need to do is spam heavy tanks. In 1 versus 1s, you know, I feel like the unspec is basically always the best. The only exception might be, it might sound stupid, but the only exception might be airborne.
Go spider out into spider.
Because airborne actually transforms the way USSR plays and doesn't just take things away by not really giving anything back. Every other spec just takes so much away from your USSR gameplay.
At your service, sir.
Like, for example, the way USSR is built, right? You have all mixes of, you have sped sunscreen and BTR 90, which essentially is a motor only thing. You have VDV 90, which in a ground transport is an airborne only thing, right? You have heavy tanks, which is a armored only thing. None of the specs really work well on their own, except again maybe airborne and like armored and team decks. Don't get me wrong, it's not like they're unplayable, right?
Sir, yes, sir.
You gotta keep in mind when I say they're not that great, most of the time I'm speaking from like 1v1 perspective and like tryhard perspective, right? So don't if you enjoy the deck or you just want to have like fun and don't take the game too serious, right? Don't, you know, let me stop you by any means. I sound like it, but I'm really not trying to gatekeep or anything like that. Jeez, can you cool with the healers? I just spam. Oh no, that's a pirate. That's a SSR. I'm playing. It's no, we're playing against Moto. It has to be Moto. It's Mirage again. You know that Napalm might have actually worked against you. I think like across the open, the AMX might probably would have won again against the AMX 13. But this actually breaks line of sight and allows me to escape just with a bit of damage.
Break time's over, people. We're on the move again.
Do we have any? Oh no, we don't have artillery because we don't have a fob either. Bench bear? Honestly, that's pretty cool. If there's one thing you can count on, then it's chops or using like units you don't see very often. No, not my areas!
We're in a combat zone right now. I'm all ears.
And that's why, that's one of the reasons why 2-man Recon Infantry is not the best. But at the same time, you know, he runs both, so for some situations they can certainly be nice, but that's one of the downsides of them. Which is why I don't see them that often. They are good at, you know, one specific thing, but they are not as like versatile as your 10-man Recon Infantry.
It always comes down to the infantryman and his rifle. Horizontal. Are you talking to me? Missile in firing position.
Oh right, we don't have a fob.
Just waiting for a target to fly by, and then
Oh my god. I'm not gonna fire a third one because I'd probably not hit it before the evacs. At least we one-shot it, so that helped. Probably by a chaperone. I think running this AA setup with no fob and only one kind of supply can be not so good. Did you see the new Wi-Fi Recon Warno? Yes. I think isn't that the one where the trait that if you stand still you gain, while standing still you gain more Recon power or something? Isn't that what it's indicating?
At the ready, sir.
The trick to using VMF: sit behind one striker, take the damage, and sniper straight at infantry. No, not really. No. The trick to VMF is to only use your sniper because they don't have any noise value on that gun. You don't need anything to tank them. Or to tank for them.
Sir, yes, sir.
Still Legion 9 in there, which is why I don't want to push up with these Abrams. Then again,
At the ready.
I got 3 Abrams. That's 3 guns and 6 MGs. If there's just one Legion 9 squad, they can't one-shot any of my Abramses. So like, I can tank the shot and then probably just murder the Legion squad.
Ammunition, bränsle, reservdelar. Vad du än vill ha.
Yeah, you don't get value out of this. Well, not any more value.
Not my war.
Warrior Milan's gonna be horrible in this match. Not gonna lie, this Ari is kind of annoying.
If the enemy's in range, so are we.
Ah shit, I
What are
didn't.
your orders, sir?
I forgot about the Commando Spada.
Just
Oh well, we still like flush it out at least.
He's a passenger.
Okay, see if we can repair this. Did you fire anything? You didn't, okay. Let's not get noise from Aceval. Aceval doesn't do any noise either, but Aceval has so little range that it's like much easier to get spotted, even if you... Oh man.
Looking for a taxi.
Oh, another one shot? Okay, well, that was unnecessary with my warriors. Actually, I could have stood still with this one. Only the first one is like taking all the suppression damage here. Yeah. Well, now I have no line of sight.
Ammunition, bränsle, reservdelar.
Let's get some recon going. Oh, he's actually trying to resnap. It's annoying. Let's get a K1 and mix them with these A1 Abramses for some additional armor.
Yes, sir.
And that's why MX-13s, even like these ones, are just kind of ridiculous. Okay, should I do this one because...
Bereit zum Zuschlag, Kommandant. Vad kan infanteriet bistå dig med? What are your orders, sir?
What do we have in the helo time? H1s? Okay. Oh, that's a Gratal. It changes things.
Just spit it out.
Can you? Wow. Disappointing. Very disappointing.
Not my war.
If we can helo right there already.
En ny observationspost der.
But we don't need much more.
Någon som vill åka taxi? Yes, sir.
Okay, it's reversing with those MX-10s, so that's good.
Geben Sie uns einfach nur die Koordinaten, Kommandant.
I got my Javelin.
Ruf für extra Öjne.
That's not good. Please just split you up.
I'm all ears.
Yeah, MX-13 has a 12-shot magazine. Exactly. Which is, I'm pretty sure, like, not even remotely realistic. But it is the reason why it's so good. And it doesn't really show on the unit card either, right? Because yes, on average, you might, like, fire 13 rounds a minute, but you don't really fire for, like, a whole minute most of the time. And, you know, what this stat card just doesn't display is, you know, you're ready to fire within, like, you know, 20 seconds. Similar thing with the Nana Yonshiki, who fire, I believe it's 4 rounds in a short burst. But the unit card shows 10 rounds. A minute. The actual damage output in like 20 seconds, for example, compared to Leopard 1's, which also showed 10 seconds, is just wildly different.
Just spit it out.
A man likes Grotals, and honestly, can't blame him.
En bra spanare är en död spanare, sägs det.
Moving out.
Chaparral, okay, get out of here.
여기 있습니다.
Waiting for your orders, sir.
Get a double take off K1s.
Need a ride?
It's also not outloaded.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and well, in Wargame it is, so screw you. Oh, rip my Abrams. Oh, wait. Oh, there was a Milan one from a Fuchs Milan, probably. Or maybe just a normal Milan if he runs that. Like a normal Milan infantry.
대기 중입니다.
Oh. Dude, my hog, man. He's going ham. I'm a cheetah whore.
If the enemy's in range, so are we.
That's why my A is so good, because I'm cheating.
Need customers for a taxi driver.
It's all the proof you needed. Alright. Get these Abrams out of here. Honestly, I don't think I want to buy Juma. They're just gonna get sniped by his artillery.
You've got something
Be careful there.
Bereit zum Zuschlagen, Kommandant. Just waiting for a target to fly by. And then,
What do I have in terms? A10 would be good right now. Well, if I had the points. Oh, he's retreating. That's good.
결국 최후의 깃발을 꼽는 건 보병이라고. Smyger in.
Jabber can stay there. That protects this well enough against a lot of things. You're not supplied yet fully.
missile and firing position, sir.
Yeah, use your rockets against my Abrams. Waste your supply on that. Be my guest. Oh, this KFV. Let's get an A10 out.
Someone need a guardian aid?
What are your orders, sir?
My god, Abrams out of fuel.
Är du säker på att det är säkert där?
It's peace, Ryan.
Waiting for your orders, sir.
I'm not sure if that's worth it, my man. This thing is on lead. How 70% accuracy. 73. It's one shot again. Wow.
고치라 포테이션대 센터 준비했어.
Oh yeah.
The
A10.
enemy don't have any air defense. Checklist completed. Ready to go.更新開始だ. 지시사항
It's
있습니까?
supply. Or ATGMs in there, presumably. You know what? Let's kill it with this. We might as well, right?
말씀만 하십시오.
Geben Sie uns einfach nur die Koordinaten, Kommandant.
Yeah, good luck shooting me down with the Crotal. He says just before getting sideshot by it twice. I remember in Elbel when nobody knew how to play, B-53 was the matter for attacking towns because it was the only thing that outraged in Milan.
Awaiting new orders.
I mean, yeah, I think one thing people forget about Allen Battle is, for better and for worse, compared to like nowadays, of course, people didn't nearly knew enough about the game and its mechanics, right? Compared to now. So the meta, as a result, was just a lot less stable. Cheesy tactics worked a lot better, presumably.
Kommandant.
I think if we now got hands on you know, Allen Battle, after a while, probably, or it might just play completely different. Who knows? Same thing happened with Super Heavies. That like starting with like mid 2016 or something, suddenly became really meta in 1v1s, and now they're still useful, but not nearly as impactful, even if you take mech decks out of the consideration. Despite the smoke, people learned way better how to deal with them. Out of Rifleman. Wow. I have no line of sight on the highway. It's not good. My man, these Panthers, they're alive way too long. Got some shock squads in here. Can I keep line of sight on you? Oh, I can because he kept driving through the forest, but I still missed. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole thing. Not just when it comes to realism, right? But in so many things, gamers and probably just humans in general, very often like think they know what they want, but sometimes they don't actually want that. And I'm not like saying this to justify like, you know, various capitalistic tendencies and whatnot. That's not even what I'm trying to get at, but like, especially when it comes to games, like the same thing is like, oh, I want it to be realistic, and then, you know, what you get is something that's just not fun to play anymore. You're spotted. And it's not because you fired, okay. There's Legion 90. Actually, you're not even gonna do much to me, because I have 349 was actually a good bit. Time for a little Civita combat, I think. Oh, I got stunned by the rocket pods. That's not good. No, optical failure. Okay, I can't lose this game. Come on now. Chaparral, please. Just for once in your life. Why am I losing this? I'm playing mech. That A10 is still, that F4 is still like circling around there. Oh god, that's not good. Chaparral, please. Thank you. Holy moly. Oh, that's not good.
At the ready, sir.
Platoon is formed and ready.
Nah. Okay. Yeah, it's not light blue mech. So look, so many tanks here. Not doing anything. I get in the town. Okay. Let's see if Cesar is actually doing a lot of work for him. But I have like nothing to snipe it with in his deck, so... Or snipe his fob in his deck, so... Not too much I can do here. In practice, not necessarily technically speaking. Just a lot of ADGMs, man. Oh, you missed a 98% chance. Oh, hello there. I saw this. It's not good. Babs, get out of here.
대기 중입니다.
What, chaperone hit? Can you believe it?
Missile in firing position, sir.
Well, it was a fluke, I guess.
If the enemy's in range, so are we.
Time to make good use of these K1s here. I should not be like in such a bad position. What, screw Charlie?
Utan oss är du blind.
Sorry if your name is Charlie.
Ammunition, bränsle, reservdelar. Vad du än vill ha.
In-house after you're done? Nope, I will in the stream after
Vad
this.
ska du levereras? Ausrichtung auf Ziel. Vad vill du ha den här gången? Someone call for attack. Move in position. Start the engine.
I want to be like in this bush, not in there.
Checklist completed. Ready to go. The captain and his crew welcome you aboard.
Ah! Oh! No!
The passenger
What?
information start.
Hit me again! How dare it do that? Can this V of his just die already?
Vad vill du ha den här gången?
Yep, it can. Thank you.
If the enemy's in range, so are we.
여기 있습니다.
Okay, that's not good.
What are your orders, sir?
That's not very good at all.
Ausrichtung auf Ziel.
Rip my elite hog. Ah! Severe combat.
여기 있습니다. 적탄 소진.
Ah, disappointed.
You've got something for me?
I gotta keep moving forward with this because otherwise Leopard 1 will get another shot into me.
여기 있습니다.
Doesn't look like there's any AA with that.
말씀만 하십시오. 명령대로 하겠습니다. Vous allez repérer quelque chose?
Honestly, if he had kept moving at this A makes sense. Instead of like going back down there again, probably would have like killed my CV there. And maybe even more. Like done more.
대기 중입니다.
Keep firing in that, don't let these
Ausrichtung auf Ziel.
Milans resupply.
Ammunition, bränsle, reservdelar. Vad du än vill ha.
Vous allez repérer quelque chose?
Or asked me to bring infantry into his what? Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, what are you doing with the Leopard 1, my man?
지시사항 있습니까? 누굴 옮겨줄까?
See, that's where the 70 number is just so good. Against decks like this, like these mono decks, they're just perfect against such decks. Because having like 16 or 19 AP sometimes doesn't really matter. But having 17 armor instead of 15, that can definitely matter. No time to go on the counter offensive here. Actually, no, I think Warrior CV is better. Infantry CV might get sniped. Then again, Fob might be empty given that... Wait, where are these dying from? Fob might be empty given that... there's still an MXN in there, huh? Given that... Cesar is not really firing anymore. What was that lane? Okay, it's KWS. Did my H1J really just get murdered? By, Oh, that's KWS. Rip my F4F. Rip my A10. This is hard. Honestly, that's just really, really funny. Time to boost my KD. Oh, there's still a Milan in there as well. Oh, I still have I just realized. I still have plenty of like, I have like Kernuses and such still. Oh my god, what am I doing with my Abrams there? Wait, what is this? IDS? They're panicked, so that's good. It's a bow. Wow. The AA bow. Wait, how did my Abrams die just there? Yeah, kill my own Scanias. Dude, it's actually genius. Give him the empty Scanias he can't do anything with, and level my AMX-10 up by killing that. Look at this. Ah, free XP. Oh, that's a lot of that makes sense. I wanted to bait a shot there with basically all his units. Basically like that, so he's caught reloading while my K1s can engage him. Don't, oh warrior, what are you doing? It's not the time for a CVD combat. Chaparral, you have 2 shots. One chance, one opportunity. Oh! I don't know the lyrics anymore, but he took the opportunity. KWS. Nothing against this Leopard, Rudy.
Skynda på, vi har bråttom.
Updated IDS, you don't see that very often.
The captain and his crew welcome you aboard.
Did we kill the? I don't even know. Oh, is it another? That fucker is still alive. He still hasn't wasted all of its ammo.
Where do you need us, sir?
God damn, man. Oh, that's the CB.
Flying in, weapons hot. I slutändan står striden alltid hos infanteristen och hans gevär.
This is so bad. I'm the fact that I'm losing is honestly embarrassing. Someone was asking for the fire position with the Thunderbolt. There you go. Oh no. Okay, I'm panicked. That's not good. Those are Legion 90. I'm losing because my unit is panicked. Oh no. I have a Puma still to load infantry CB in. Oh god, I'm actually losing. It's so embarrassing. It's actually embarrassing. I mean, fair play to him. Right? All I did was suicide Abramses and line infantry until I ran out of infantry and stuff. So, like, I did not play well at all. With a much better, much stronger deck.
Har du bord på extra øjne?
There's the P4 CB just wouldn't die. Can't believe it. It's on 1 HP.
Fire! Där smättas i!
Did you just crit me?
전쟁이 안 날 거라고 하더니.
I didn't even hit the F4 with any of my MRAMs.
Flying in, weapons hot.
Probably like should have like cheesed with like F4 with the kernels or something much earlier. But it is what it is. Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Can I do another fire position kill? Did he just... What the heck was that? After the first missile, it just... Oh, the plane crashed into it. I'm pretty certain there's one of the... Yeah, there's one P4, there's the other one. That's hilarious, man. Yeah, I mean, fair play to him. I played like dog shit. That's, you know... Again, it's not the... I wouldn't have built the mech deck that way, but... That wouldn't have changed, like, maybe it would have changed, but it is a perfectly serviceable blue mech deck, and I just squandered it. I just... You know, as brain dead as mech decks are, you know, against a reasonable player, still gotta do some, you know, brain work, and not just attack move everything like I did. All went to shit when the Hawk missed 3 shots on a KWS. Yeah, I mean, look at the Hawk, man. Oh. Beautiful. Oh well, it is what it is. Anyway, that's the stream for today. Maybe I'll do blue US mech next time. We had that thing earlier, but it was pretty funny. Thinking about the US mech. It's not a bad deck. So yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye bye.